How's this dude gonna say we're late when the start time was clearly 5 p.m. at 4:58? Does it show the time? It doesn't show the time. What's up, people? Welcome to a Friday evening edition of Analog Allies. I am RGT85, joined as always by Brett.
How's it going?
Good. I'm having a ice cold Hulk Hogan Real American beer. Delicious. Imported from Florida. Made my mother came up last weekend, and I made her check a bag with a 12-pack in it because it's still not available in my state. However, I have found out that there's a place I can order it online and have it shipped. It's like more expensive, but I don't care. As far as the taste of the Hulk Hogan Real American beer, I think it's quite nice. I am a connoisseur of cheap beer. I grew up drinking Bud Light, Coors Light, Beast Ice, King Cobra, Old English. And it tastes like a cheap beer, but there's not as bad of an aftertaste. You know, sometimes when you're pounding some Coors Lights, you get that little aftertaste. You don't really have that with this. I think it goes down very smooth.
Beer is horrible.
Oh, that's fine.
Not
you can't just drink a lot.
Never mind. What?
I
was gonna say, are you like getting wasted tonight?
No, I'm just drinking a couple of these. I gotta work. I gotta film footage. Give a big shout out to our channel members who are joining us today. Superman Oh Man, Jazzman, Pickle Rick, Frida, Lydia. I don't know why I said that. Lydia is here. Fairbanks in the house. Hope everyone is doing well. We'll see you on the after show as well. But it's been an interesting week. Dog is barking. Freshly shaved dog too.
She's naked as could be.
Naked as a jaybird. Let's get some support going, guys. Trying to hit these goals.
For real, let's get those thumbs up early. Last time I waited to the very end to say, let's get some thumbs up. So anyone who's here, smash it.
That is funny, Rich Retro. I do, like, if I drink like 8 or 9 beers, I will get a hangover. I could drink as much vodka as I want, and I'm fine the next day. I don't know why that is. But Gamescom was this week. We had opening night live. We had other announcements taking place as well. We're not going to go through all of the opening night live announcements because a lot of them kind of stunk. We'll just go over some of the highlights for us personally. I'll start out with one. I was a big fan of the He-Man game. That was the game that people had told me, you're going to like this. And that was the game that I was going to like.
Okay, I remember that.
I'm not the biggest, like, He-Man was a smidge before my time, so I never really watched it much as a kid, but I loved what I saw from that. It looked like Golden Axe, Revenge of Death Adder, which is a Sega side-scrolling beat-em-up game, but I liked it. Big characters, good colors, looked really cool.
Yeah, it looks cool, but I have no connection to that IP because I'm even younger than you.
Ab. We'll talk about that, Nelly. I have there's going to be a segment where I just yell about stuff, and that's one of the things. Limit Breakers with some $5 support. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Hoping for a spider-free stream. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. Shout out to you guys in all the chat. Thank you, Limit Breakers, for our first support of the evening. Yeah, like, I mean, really, I never watched like the movie He-Man. The toys are very popular. I know Pixel Dan, he wrote a book on He-Man toys, and he's now doing one on Ninja Turtles. I might actually pick up the Ninja Turtles one, or if he wants to send me one, I'll review it on this channel, Pixel Dan. But no, I'll probably pick it up. Superman Oh Man with a $2 donation. My own Gamescom is my PlayStation 5 library. Witcher 3, Blood
B&W.
Wasn't that the name, like Blood and Wine?
Blood and Wine, yeah.
The DLC. I definitely thought it was black and white, and I was like, it don't matter if you're black or white. Cristobal, member for 37 months. What's up with the fugly female characters at Gamescom? Keep it up, gentlemen. Well, it's a Keeley show, you know. Let's get some support, guys. Come on, Kick. You haven't done a single bit of support today. We're trying to hit the RGT tries it, the real American beer. This is for you guys. He ate the McDonald's adult Happy Meals yesterday. It costs $1,500 to get him to eat fast food. And then he always does this thing when he's eating his food. Like he'll take a bite and I'll just. And like it's
Like, he eats it like a squirrel.
Yes. All right. So what's a game you're interested in?
Dude, I mean, this is a big one right off the bat, but Batman, Lego Batman. This looks freaking awesome. This is like the first true Arkham-like Batman game that we're getting in the over 10 years. And it seems like when it comes to Rocksteady, they only just started like early development on a Batman game. So that's probably still 10 years away. So this is the best we're going to get in a 20-year span, which is kind of crazy to think about.
So what I had heard going into Gamescom was that this was going to be like the Lego Skywalker of it, but I think I even said that on this show, but I wasn't exactly sure like what that meant. But now I understand, because Lego Skywalker took all of the Star Wars movies. It wasn't segmented like the original Lego Star Wars games. This is taking stuff from movies, animated series, comic books. Like I saw people were very mad about did you see the rainbow Batman suit?
Yeah.
But it was like actually from the comic in the 1960s.
Like, I didn't know that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, because like I looked at it and I was like, But then I was like, let me look at the comments. And then people in the comments were like, here's the comic where there was a rainbow Batman. And they did say that there was going to be deep cuts. I will say though, like, there was those voices, the voices for Batman and Joker did not hit with me. I understand Kevin Conroy is no longer with us. I understand Mark Hamill is yelling at people on Twitter or Blue Sky or something like that. But like, get someone that kind of sounds like them, because like Alfred sounded good, Bane sounded fine, but I was kind of a bit detached from that. But that was my only complaint. I thought it looked absolutely awesome when they showed the additional gameplay, when we got footage of the game from Gamescom as well. Like, super awesome stuff.
Yeah, it looks like on all accounts it plays almost exactly like a Batman Arkham game, but in the charming world of Lego. And I don't know if you saw, but like even when you're in Gotham, the Arkham games didn't even have this, but there's actually like pedestrians walking around and like people on the streets and stuff, which that makes the world feel a lot more alive, I think.
Well, I think Gotham, that's like it, because with the Arkham games, it was open, but was it really? It was more open for traversal than like it didn't really play a role in the gameplay. It was just a mechanism to get you from point A to point B. Arkham Knight kind of opened it up a bit more, I would say. But like this definitely feels more like a more open world, like a more traditional open world game, which I think is very good for Batman because, it definitely it allows you to do more things. It allows you to do more references. I hope that there's references to like Adam West Batman. Like I loved the movie and the original Batman show, even though it was campy as fuck. Obviously, they did a Batman '89 reference with the "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts" in the trailer. But yeah, that looked awesome. Awesome.
What I think is especially cool is, and this is different from the recent Star Wars one, is that took you through like all the movies. This has like its own original story, and then it just implements elements from movies and comics and stuff into it as like references. I think that's more fun.
I think so too, because there's kind of that aspect. There it is. Rainbow Batman is from the 1957 Detective Comics 241.
I'll look it up.
I think you kind of lose a little bit of charm with some of those Lego games because you know what's going to happen when it's like an exact replica. Obviously, there'll be little things that they differentiate, but for the most part, it's like, well, okay, I know how this story ends. But with this, it's like, there is that era, or the aura, I should say, of mystery. Obviously, there was the Dark Knight reference in the movie as well, with Joker in the car, looking out the window and things exploding behind him, which I thought was really cool. Limit Breakers with another $2 donation. Taizan is going to go Batman on us. Keep the support rolling. I assume that means support, guys. We got some good momentum here. We're 10 minutes in. We're doing really good towards the goal. I don't want my wife to have to cook dinner tonight. So let's get the support going.
Yeah, I would say this game was the highlight of the whole week for me, because how much I love Arkham. I don't even necessarily love Lego. I don't think I've beaten any of them. I've played a few of them, but this is like
some Lego games.
This is like taking legit gameplay elements, like stalking people on top of gargoyles and getting like underneath like the what are they called, like vents and stuff, and like stalking around and taking people out, or like using the environment to like make something drop onto people. And the gliding looks like it works almost the exact same as the Arkham games as well. Like the way you can shoot something, like you can go up to it and stop, or like while you're like heading to it, you can click it. I think it was like A or X again, and then you shoot past it, like you shoot up and get like momentum. That is awesome. Like they're literally just like, let's make the gameplay Arkham, make the story original but with a bunch of references, and just have a bunch of wacky fun with this.
Yeah, because honestly, a lot of the Lego games are indeed very similar. Like you get into an area, you usually have to build something to solve a puzzle, take out some enemies, then you kind of go to the next area. But it looks like they're expanding upon that with this. So yeah, this is a day one for me, like 100%.
You're gonna buy it on Switch too?
I probably will, because I can't foresee it like being a struggle or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's Lego, but who knows? I'll keep an eye on it.
And it's coming out next year, so they have more time to polish it. So,
I also liked Resident Evil 9, although it didn't really tell me much. They did show some after stuff in there. Did you see that? Where it was like she was walking down the hallway, and then you have yet another
crazy.
What do you think about that? Because I've seen some debate online as to whether or not they're overdoing it with the superimposing large creature. Because it seems like, you had Lady D, you had Mr. X, you had Nemesis. Do you think it's kind of losing a bit of its luster by like all of these games having that?
I don't think it's lost its luster yet, but maybe this could be the one where it's like, okay, I've done this before, but what my hope is that they just do something different that we're not expecting with this monster. And it might just be like one section of the game we're seeing it. That monster might not be like this returning character the whole game,
But a lot of people think that could potentially be Lisa Trevor.
That's the vibe I got from it, but I don't think that's actually Lisa.
What's her sister or something?
Yeah, it's Debbie, her sister.
Limit Breakers became a YouTube channel member. Thank you, broski. You have access to the after show now. There's a post on the post section of this channel where you can access that. And Limit Breakers gifted a membership. So if you got a membership, be sure to give Limit Breakers some thanks. Yeah, I definitely liked Resident Evil 9. I'm trying to think, like, what else was there?
They finally gave more details on the Xbox handheld that I know you are so excited about.
It's pointless.
That
was the next day, though.
If you don't own a handheld PC.
Yes, it is, because you could just buy the cheaper one.
But who says it's going to be more expensive or cheaper? And if it is more expensive, it's going to be better internals. So you're getting more power for your money.
Are you though? Have you seen the specs of them?
I mean,
the cheap one is completely pointless. Let's see
how is that pointless? The cheap one is probably more powerful than the Switch 2. It could play tons of games.
Yeah, but the battery on
the Steam Deck plays tons of games.
Look, for 649. Oh wait, hold on. I don't know if that's the one I want. What is the name of the one I bought you?
It's the ROG Ally Extreme Z or something. Is he Extreme?
I mean, you could buy. Why are you not zooming out? You could buy that right now on Best Buy. All right, the Best Buy site crashed. It's $649.
The one that I have right now, because wasn't it $749 before?
You have the ROG Ally Z1 Extreme.
Yeah.
Z1 Extreme.
I think whenever you bought it for me, it was $750.
No, I bought it on sale, pal.
Oh, well, I think the base price.
You can get a used one for $434 on eBay right now.
Dude, nobody likes eBay.
I love eBay. I am an
hate
eBay man.
I feel like I'm being scammed every time I buy something from there.
I do have something that's like stuck in transit and it's really pissing me off, but it's not the guy's fault. But yeah, like, oh shit. Jazzman gifting 5 channel memberships. Thank you to Jazzman for the support.
We're only 16 minutes in and we've actually gotten a lot of support. So thanks, guys. Keep that support up.
Keep that support going, guys. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like if somebody said, do you think I should buy this? I would say buy the ROG Ally that's on the market right now and then just wait for the update to come, and then it's the exact same thing.
Yeah. But you don't have an Xbox button.
Do I need one?
No, I was just joking. But I mean, yeah, I mean, like literally you could buy an ROG right now. You could wait for this one. All I'm saying is the ROG and the ROG Xbox Ally, they're all awesome. I highly recommend these devices.
But the top tier one is going to be $900 according to the Best Buy leak. Yes, you do, because the other one's only like $600 and it stinks.
How do you know it stinks, man? I feel like it's still going to be powerful enough to play like some awesome new games, old games, emulation.
Right, but what I'm saying is, what benefit does it have versus what is available?
It's the same thing. It's just like awesome regardless. That's all I'm saying.
But like my thing is, why would I buy this over the one that already exists? And
I mean, you already own one. That's like saying, why would I buy a PS3 Slim when I already have a PS3? So you have the thing.
No. I'm just saying for the average consumer, like, is that enough to get them to want to buy it? A little Xbox branding and an Xbox button. Like, why didn't they buy one before when you could do all the stuff that they're talking about already?
I don't know. Maybe they're thinking with the Xbox branding, these PC handhelds they get off the ground a little bit more because they're not popular at all.
Do you think that it would give it more potential than a Steam Deck? A Steam Deck being every PC gamer in the world uses Steam.
It depends on the marketing, which Xbox has not shown they're good at doing.
No, they just give it to people and they say, here, you market it for us, pal.
They're terrible at marketing.
A free one. We'll take some pictures of you at our booth with it. DC Fat Cat with a $2 donation. Are we getting an RGT Tries It this weekend? You're getting it right now. The Hulk Hogan Real American Beer.
If I didn't have an ROG already, I would wait for the best one that's the Xbox.
No, you wouldn't, because you can't afford it.
I would save up or get a credit card. Just like how I did with the Meta Quest behind me and the Switch 2 behind me. I bought those with a credit card.
Here was the one that went under the radar for a lot of people. The Halloween game. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It's done by Ilphonic, which are the people who did Friday the 13th. And I really haven't been a fan of most of their other stuff since Friday the 13th. Like Predator, I didn't like. Texas Chainsaw was okay. Was that Ilphonic? I think it was Ilphonic. I'm pretty sure they did another one. But this, I think, is going to be very good because, Michael Myers is similar in his movements to someone like Jason is. And I think it'll play very similar. And I feel like with this, they have the Halloween license to the point of where they can include stuff from like everything. And there are a lot of Halloween movies, a lot of different locations. Oh, yeah, they did Evil Dead and Killer Clowns from Outer Space, too. I am looking forward to this game, though. Obviously, it's a bit of a ways away. They still haven't like shown, actual gameplay or anything, but I think there's a lot of potential with this.
Yeah, I really liked Friday the 13th whenever we played it a few nights together, and I would definitely play a game like that again, but I don't know, I just haven't. Is this going to be free, do we know, or is it going to be paid?
Oh no, it'll probably be paid. It'll I would assume it'd be like $40 or $50.
Did
I
they
would say
say
50.
did they say platforms yet?
No, they haven't.
Hopefully it comes to everything like Friday the 13th did.
Yeah, but Friday the 13th didn't have crossplay.
Oh, that's stupid.
So you were playing with whoever you were playing with.
Switch version had voice chat, remember that?
Yeah, native voice chat.
That was pretty cool.
It worked well too, all things considered, because
The game ran kind of poorly.
it's fine though, because the game was fun.
It was.
It was the gameplay trumped the performance issues, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Well, you're next, but
I mean, I just did Halloween, jackass.
I forgot. We barely talked about it, so
We talked about it for a good few minutes.
all right. Well, I'm looking at the list right now. Nothing's really calling my name. I'm being honest. What else did they show?
I mean, you could talk about
We
show
saw
floor
Chronos
demos and stuff. I mean, we could talk about Kirby. What do you think about Kirby's the Kirby Direct?
I forgot that we haven't done this show since that. It looks awesome to me. I know you had some criticisms in your video, but it's very similar to the original.
Which wasn't a good game.
It was a great game.
What's the Metacritic on that? Can you look that up for me real quick?
You already know, I bet, but I'm still gonna.
No, I'm just wondering.
Let's take a gander. 82 user score. That's how you know it's good.
No, we're not talking about what's the Metacritic score.
Yeah, the user score is 82. That's all we need to know.
What's the Metacritic score?
It is 61.
But
that just goes to show the difference between the fans and those stupid, smelly critics.
Yeah, because Nintendo fans are even-keeled individuals who don't.
They're totally normal.
There's not Nintendo fans out there still defending Elden Ring and Madden 26 on the Switch 2 right now. No,
Dude.
Everyone is in agreement that those things have problems, which we will talk about in just a moment.
This Metacritic score does actually surprise me, though, because the original is good. I would say it's at least a 7. 61 is really low. Like that's
nobody liked it when it came out. It was just like, what is this? This is
who
weird.
Did?
Who?
Nintendo Power.
Well, of course they did.
In 84.
Of course they did. But they had a weird scoring system anyways. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, it seems fine. I think if this game came out 2 or 3 years after the system launch, I'd be like, okay, this is cool. But like this being one of like the early marquee titles for the system, just I don't know.
It is weird timing. Like that's what I don't like. Where's the big action adventure game from Nintendo? Like it could even be second party, like Astral Chain 2 or something. Like we need some like 2 big racing games only a few months apart is definitely weird.
Well, they say that this isn't a racing game, it's an action game, which the only reason they say that is because you could see whenever they show racing, whether it's from the original or this version of the game, you're just constantly like running into a wall. Like there's no gas. Like you just go. It's like, okay, like I don't know, man. Like I'm sure people are genuinely excited for it. I think some people are overly excited for it. To me, this is a game where if I didn't do what I do for a living, I wouldn't buy it on day one. I'd wait to pick it up on sale or something like that. Like it doesn't look.
Gavin has played the original a ton on his computer, so he I'm gonna.
They did a PC port of that.
Yeah, they did. It's called Dolphin. That's that storefront where you could buy it from.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, Rufflemutt mentioned Bonanza because I said, "Where's the action adventure game?" and I forgot about that. That's kind of like a platformer. I guess it's still action adventure, but I'm picturing something like
Bonanza was great. I had a lot of fun with it. I put a lot of time into it, but you know, I just think like when you look at Switch 1's first year and then Switch 2's first year, I know there are people online that think like the Switch 2 is like leagues better, and they bring up like fucking backwards compatibility and stuff like that. And it's like, well, I mean, by that logic, you could say that the PS5 was better than the PS4 because you had a couple of PS5 games like Demon Souls, but you also had the full backwards compatibility of the PS4. But
I mean,
you know,
the Wii as well. All those GameCube games, day one.
right? Like I just when you look at like Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 2, Super Mario Odyssey, even though I wasn't a huge fan of it, Xenoblade Chronicles X, ARMS, like there were heavy hitters there, you know? And then when you look at this, it's like you got Drag X Drive, you've got Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, you got Mario Kart World, you got Donkey Kong, you got Kirby,
and then Pokemon.
Maybe Metroid. Wasn't there a Pokemon game the first year on the Switch?
Yeah, it was Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, which is, I think, one of the best Switch Pokemon games, which I didn't think I was going to say when the Switch first came out, but
it was fun for what it was. I didn't hate it.
I liked it quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, I actually played it, beat it. I got the stupid Pokeball with it.
By the way, earlier...
Let's Go was 2018.
Oh, I forgot. Wasn't the first... When the Switch came out, the 3DS got Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon after the Switch was already out.
Oh yeah. Pickle Rick, I don't see a super chat. I'm looking through the super chat list and I don't.
Sean, I've been trying to correct you for a minute because earlier you said it got Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I didn't like.
No, two.
I know. I just wanted to make that clear because you actually like X a lot.
Oh, X is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see a super chat from you. Let me check.
From Pickle Rick?
Yeah, you don't see one, do you?
I'm scrolling. I don't see one yet.
Yeah, I don't see one. Just type it out though. It's fine. But yeah. So, you know, I think another thing I wasn't a huge fan of was that it was 45 minutes long. It's just like this is just a Sakurai, a Sakurai. Oh, Sword and Shield was 2017.
Oh, so it did have a Pokemon game at launch. Well, launch year.
Yeah.
Okay. So the year that it came. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. No, was Sword and Shield 18? Oh, I can't remember.
I think so.
I assume he's right.
Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's 2019.
Okay, yeah. I think that we were correct before that. After the Switch came out, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came to 3DS.
When will Metroid Prime 4 come out? And also the next NSO app game? Well, you just got Chibi Robo. Metroid Prime 4. I don't know. It did just get rated by the ESRB. So maybe, you know, soon. But it's just kind of weird if you're doing a direct for Kirby and then that doesn't come out until November. Like, I feel like if Metroid was coming out before that, you might have done the direct there. But Metroid was playable at Gamescom along with some other games. Do you have anything else to say about Kirby?
No, just that it's pretty. It looks like it runs well.
Is pretty. Yeah.
And there's lots of shit going on. And it seems like it might be a little disorienting, but that's kind of what the first one was like. So
hey, you can race with up to 6 people. The racing mode of that game. 6 racers at once. Really pushing the hardware with that. Yeah, I mean,
the presentation in general, though, like that Sakurai presentation in the menus.
No, Ruffle Mutt. 16 for the city stuff. When you're in an actual race in the game, it is 6 total. But 16 for the city, that is correct. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I would have rather had a new 3D Kirby game. I don't need DLC for the other game. Just make a new one. But we did have some games that were playable at Gamescom. Got some reports about Metroid Prime 4. Evidently looked and ran great. Final Fantasy VII Intergrade looked and ran great. But something did not. And that game was Elden Ring.
Yep.
And now
I'm gonna get my fan real quick. Sorry.
All right, there was a event in Canada where people could play Elden Ring as well, and we've gotten some off-screen footage. And the Nintendo Defense Force is out in full force saying it looks fine. It looks fine. What are you talking about? And I cannot co-sign that. I cannot co-sign that because it does not look fine. Now, to be fair, FromSoft doesn't optimize games very well. Elden Ring wasn't exactly a technical marvel to begin with, so it is what it is. But this does look like a jankier version of Elden Ring, and I don't understand how people are looking at that and they're like, oh, this is acceptable. Like, it's okay if there are bad ports on the Switch too. Not everything's going to be a home run. Okay, just like on other systems get bad ports. Now, granted, it's a little fewer and further between because of the technological stuff, but like this, it doesn't look very good, and it's okay to admit that. It's okay to say that. They can they patch it down the road? Sure, maybe, but like Bandai Namco, a lot of stuff they've had a hand in has been very sus. The Dragon Ball game is like 8, 10, 30 frames on the Switch 2.
Terrible.
The new Tales game doesn't have a Switch 2 version. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like, a Bandai Namco, and they're helping out with Air Ride, which is interesting. But I don't know, dude. Like, that does not look good to me. That does not look like a smooth sailing experience. And that's supposedly because everything that we've seen from the off-camera stuff has been docked. And docked mode is supposed to be the one that's quote-unquote fine. The handheld mode is where it suffers. And it's like, well, isn't that one of the main reasons to pick up the Switch 2 version? Like, I think there's just certain... And I said this in my video talking about it. I don't necessarily think this is an issue for the hardware. I think it's an issue for the engine and what they're trying to do and what they're not able to do for whatever reason, because there have been games that look and perform very well and are very comparable to the other platforms. And then we're seeing third-party games where it's not. I mean, I don't understand why we have to defend bad, or why some individuals have to defend bad ports. I guess that's my main thing. It's like, take the dick out of your mouth, dude. It's not that big of a fucking deal.
Yeah, it's definitely something weird going on. I'm still hoping that I doubt that it's a Switch internal problem, and I think it's more of a dev kit thing, a timing thing, where they're trying to get these games out quicker, so they're not taking the proper time they need to optimize them correctly. And I'm hoping, like, in the coming years, some, like, most games perform like how a lot of them do right now, like Street Fighter and stuff.
I mean, when you look at something like Madden, and when you look at the upcoming FC game, and then you look at what 2K is doing with their games, at least with WWE, and I'm pretty damn sure NBA 2K26 is going to be 60 frames on the Switch too. Like, it's like, okay, well, what's the equivalency here? Both of the EA Sports games are that Frostbite engine. And so if it's popcorn, if it is the Frostbite engine, then that's something that, like I said, next year, I'm sure these two games are going to be fine. FC 27 and Madden 27. I'm sure they're going to be fine. Just like when you look at when Madden 06 came out on the Xbox 360 and had none of the features on it because they rushed out the version to get on the new system, and it looked pretty, but it didn't play very well. And then Madden 07, they fixed everything.
Yeah. Now, were you surprised, or do you think this still might be announced that Call of Duty is coming to Switch this year?
I don't think it is coming this year. I think that was pretty much, they put the kibosh on that, didn't they?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it could still be revealed at a later date, but because we got a minute before it comes out, there might be like a direct or something. I don't know. I doubt it, but I'm just saying. I thought maybe they would have Call of Duty ready on Switch 2 this year.
Well, Black Ops 7 looks fucking atrocious, and it makes me want
awesome.
to stab my eyes out. and stab all of those around
You're
me.
such a fucking sheep, dude. You gotta sound like everyone else.
No, everyone else is like you.
No, what are you talking about? Everyone's trashing the game. Everyone fucking hates it.
The second the trailer went up, I made a tweet. I don't look at what other people say. The second the trailer was playing, I said, "What the fuck is this?"
Dude,
it looks
awesome.
Stupid.
Fantastic.
What looks great about it?
They're bringing back future tech. All the future tech Call of Duty games are my favorite, like Advanced Warfare, Blobs 3, and Infinite Warfare. Those are my favorites. And they're going deeper into the psychological stuff that all of the Black Ops games have done. Everyone's acting like it's brand new. It's not. And they're just going wild with it. They're bringing us something that's not been in a campaign before by actually adding unique levels with crazy things happening. And people forget that the last game, you were fighting fucking monsters and shit, but I didn't hear anyone complaining then. Now they show this because it was a surprise. Hang on, before you talk. The reason why everyone didn't flip out before is because they never showed that stuff in the trailer, which just goes to prove that nobody plays the campaigns anyway. So they in this campaign, in the trailer, they actually show things get crazy. Now everyone's mad about it, like it hasn't already gotten crazy before. I think I'm super excited about the grappling hook, about the jetpack coming back. I like Call of Duty when it's advanced. I know everyone wants boots on the ground. It's everyone's favorite quote. I don't like it. It's boring. I think that this is more fun Call of Duty. And I know I'm the outlier, but that's my thoughts.
What was with the giant at the end, like scaling up the bill, like King Kong?
It looked awesome.
That's fucking dumb as shit.
It looks fun. And
no, you have to admit that looks dumb as shit.
I think it looks dumb fun, but this campaign's also going to be co-op, which I think could also add a lot of fun playing with friends.
Yeah, John said it in the chat, and I was like, "You go fuck yourself. We are not playing this game." He was like, oh, Nate will play it. Nate told him to fuck off. MVG was like, "Maybe, but I'd rather not play with you."
I'm playing with Brett, but yeah, it looks awesome.
I would, enjoy your 3.5 to 4 hour campaign.
It'll probably be a bit longer, I think.
Really? What was the
maybe
last
like
one?
5? I think 5 hours.
The last campaign I played was like the first campaign I had played since Modern Warfare 4, and it took me 3.5 hours, and there was no conclusion, and I was like, this is the dumbest fucking thing in the world.
That was a rush job. Like the last one that just came out was 8.5 hours. That's how it is on How Long to Beat, which I think is totally fine for a first-person shooter campaign. Honestly, I'd prefer that over like a 15-hour game.
I thought it looked like garbage, and I am not excited for it. And honestly, I see people in the chat talking about Battlefield 6. I don't know, man. Like, it's fine. Did
you play it?
I played a lot of it.
Oh, okay. I played a little bit of it.
I played a lot of it. I didn't love it. Like, I liked it, but it definitely felt a bit dumbed down and exploitable. And I felt like the destruction, it seems like it's mostly when you're in the tanks, not so much when you're on the ground, which I thought was kind of weird. Like, there was this one room that had a bathroom in it, and I was trying to blow out the wall with grenades. That didn't work. And I ended up using a rocket launcher, and it did nothing. And I was like, why can't I break out this wall? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I could break out pretty much anything on the 360 ones, and that's what made the game so fun to me. But, you know, it was fine. Is it $70 fine? I don't really know.
Yeah. I'm gonna play the campaign of Battlefield 6, but I probably won't touch the multiplayer much.
No, I'm not playing the campaign. Yes, Battlefield 6 might be made for Call of Duty people. I think you are onto something there. Rufflemut with a $2 support. Sonic being outdone by Bubsy. What universe am I in? No, he was not. Why is Bubsy 4D one of your highlights?
I need to watch that trailer again.
That made me genuinely angry when I saw Bubsy getting a new game. It's like, who is funding this? This is like terrorists.
It's got 500,000 views on the Atari channel.
Terrorists are funding this game because they want to dumb down Americans. No, I don't know. Yeah, I could do without Bubsy.
Presentation looks like it's lacking a bit.
It's Bubsy.
Looks a little.
The budget's probably like $20.
Yeah, and I also don't know, like Atari, like they're still like making games, but this is probably like their most ambitious one in a while because all their recent releases are like really small games.
Chris Petro with the $4.99 support. Which two game will sell more, Metroid Prime 4 or Kirby Dick Riders? Kirby Dick Riders. Yeah, Kirby Dick Riders. Yeah, Kirby clears.
Sam, I mean not Sam. I'm texting Sam. Sean, do you think that Metroid Prime 4 will outsell Metroid Dread?
Yes.
By how much?
You didn't ask me that. You said will it outsell, and I said yes.
I know. Now I'm asking how much. By how much? Like half a million?
I don't know yet. You got to remember this is on 2 platforms. This is a launch game, and it's the 3D Metroid. Before Dread, Prime was the bestseller of all time because it was a graphical showpiece for the GameCube.
Yeah. Look something up.
But yeah, Kirby clears like in terms of sales, like by 1,000,000%.
Looks like Metroid Prime Remastered is at 1.1 million.
Okay.
And I'm wondering what the original on GameCube sold.
1.7, I think.
Or okay, so that's pretty crazy that it got decently close to the original's numbers.
Well, we look at install bases though. GameCube had 23 versus Metroid's just not as popular, dog. Is there anything else you want to talk about before I yell for the rest of the show?
Let me double check real quick. I think there was something on this list I was looking at. I mean, you can start your rant, and I'll just interrupt.
So, which am I selling? Which am I starting with?
Are you gonna talk about the N64 thing, right?
Yes, and then Metal Gear.
Let's do Metal Gear first.
Who the fuck allowed this to happen? What is with Unreal Engine 5? Oh yeah, we never talked about PS5 prices.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about that now. Yeah, so there's PlayStation 5 raised prices this week.
They finally did it.
Announced on the 20th, put into action on the 21st. Video game consoles are now they're investments really, because they go up in price. I'm well aware, Deathbulk. Give me a second. We're going to talk about it. And yeah, so now $50 more for pretty much all the systems. I think really what you're doing is you're pricing yourself out of sales, I feel. And I don't know. I'm very interested to see how things look a year from now.
Yeah. And it also makes me wonder, like with the PS6 coming out, I presume 2027. I wonder.
I think it's a little soon.
I think 2027, because that's the same. I think the same gap of time between the PS4 Pro and the PS5. So I'm wondering if it'll be like more by then, or if it'll be like around the same price. Like, are we just going to keep going up and up and up? Like, will the PS6 be like $1,000? I
think there's a good chance.
That would be horrible.
Look at the ROG Ally from Xbox. We're talking $900 for the top tier one.
That's a bit different because they have to like PlayStation can save a lot of money by manufacturing millions and millions and millions. So they don't obviously they still sell at a loss, but like Xbox and Asus, they're not going to make like 10 million units because they know they're probably not going to sell through them. So when you're PlayStation or Nintendo, you can produce a lot for a lot cheaper than what you would if you were only going to do like a million every month or something.
Here's the problem with it. The video games became bigger when it became more casual. And, you had your, look at the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3 was, $600 when it launched, sputtered out of the gate. But then PlayStation made system revisions, slims, and cheaper versions. And that's where they got a bulk of their sales for those systems. You used to be able to get a PS4 bundle on Black Friday for dirt cheap. We're not seeing that anymore. And you're going to start alienating the casual market that you work so fucking hard to get with these crazy prices.
Yeah, and I wonder like when the price increase for Switch 2 is gonna hit, because it's probably likely. It's funny that like nowadays you don't want to like back in the day you would wait to buy a console so you could get it cheaper. Nowadays you want to buy it at launch so that you can get it cheaper because odds are it's gonna go up in price.
Right. And it's just like, what the fuck?
What's happening?
What are we doing here? Like, and I know people are gonna say it's 100% because of tariffs, and I do think tariffs play a role. Like, don't get me wrong, but that's a very hard pill for me to swallow. That it's all based on that when we're talking about record profits and stuff for all of these companies. What did Microsoft report? What did Sony report? What did Nintendo report? Like, it's just, I don't know. Something about it doesn't sit right with me. And it's going to be eye-opening. It's going to be very eye-opening to see, because now we're getting into the $70 and $80 games and stuff like that. You're going to eventually start pricing a lot of people out of these consoles. And when you do that, your sales are going to plummet. Your shareholders are going to get pissed off. And then it's like, well, what's the move? What are you going to do? I think if they made these systems last longer, the investment might be a little bit better, but there's no guarantee of that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's annoying. I'm glad I already have the Switch 2 and stuff, and I have the PS5 and Series X for the next few years before they're gonna get upgrades. And I already have an ROG, so it's like I'm set right now, but I am kind of worried about the future prices of this shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you want to eat dinner, or do you want to buy the new system? You want to put gas in your car? You want to buy the new system? You want to pay your light bill? I don't know, man. It's getting spooky out there. All right, now it's time for me to yell for the next 13 minutes or so.
I'm gonna go grab some chips and eat while you yell.
We're gonna start out with Metal Gear.
Oh, I can talk about that.
You can get the chips.
All right.
So I'm gonna talk for a while. So Digital Foundry put up their video today about Metal Gear Solid Delta, my most anticipated game of 2025. And they played it on the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro. And what do you fucking know? There are frame rate issues on all three versions of these games. What in the fuck is going on with Unreal Engine 5 optimization on consoles? Why are companies using this godforsaken engine if I can't get these games to run? How are you going to have a performance mode that often doesn't hit 60? Isn't that the point of a performance mode? How are you going to have a graphics mode that doesn't hit 30? How are you going to have a PS5 Pro mode that is arguably worse than the standard PlayStation 5 performance mode? What in the fuck is going on over there, Konami? What in the fuck is going on over there? Unreal Engine 5? I suspect it's the engine.
Who's making this again?
Virtuos.
Okay. What the fuck's going on over there then?
I think it's the engine. I think it's Unreal Engine 5. How many times have we heard that Unreal Engine 5 causes problems with things? And you get these buggy games at launch and you get unstable frame rates. What? I don't understand this. I don't understand it.
It has slowly become like common thing that I've heard over and over that, it runs on Unreal Engine 5. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Why the performance is bad.
So why are we using this godforsaken engine?
They were hyping up that engine so much that everyone was like, damn, well, let's actually use this. Like, you know how many developers already announced their next big project? Like, even CDPR, even though Cyberpunk is gorgeous and whatnot, they're switching to Unreal Engine 5. Halo, switching to Unreal Engine 5. All these studios were probably promised a grand vision of easy development, and it seems like it's biting a lot of people in the ass because they can't get the performance there.
It is. That's the thing. It's easier to make your games on it, but it doesn't make it easier in terms of optimization. And then you get this nonsense. This genuinely pisses me off because here's the thing. Like I said in my video today, so go watch my video from today after watching this. Here's the thing. Who's texting me? if you fuck up. Okay, here we go. I do not mind if I'm not huge on FPS if it's stable. If it is a stable thing most of the time, I am fine. The problem is fluctuations during key gameplay moments. The same problems that plagued Madden 26 on the Switch 2, where it's fluctuating when you're doing a play, whether it's a run play or a pass play, it's fluctuating. Metal Gear Solid Delta, you go underwater, oh, it's going to tank the frame rate. Spoiler alert, there is a boss battle where you have to go under the water quite often. When you're in a combat situation, the frame rate is tanking. Like, scale back the fucking graphics if you have to. I don't need to see fucking individual pores on a motherfucker's face if it's going to damage. I don't need to see individual hair follicles if it's going to fucking damage the performance of the game. Crucially, I understand that there are frame rate fluctuations in a lot of games, but when it's a consistent thing that is happening at pivotal moments, there's something wrong. And I don't like the mentality of, oh, well, you know, they can always fix it. They can make it be better later on. I'm not playing the game later on, motherfucker. I'm playing the game when it releases. Release day, people should be treated with the highest respect because they're paying the premium price. They're getting your game onto Circana and /NPD. They're giving your games sales, giving your game notoriety. And that's what you repay them with. Oh, we'll update it. Don't worry. We'll patch some things in because patches are always great. Yeah, there's a patch for WWE 2K25 on the Switch too. Got rid of the commentary. There's no more commentary in the game. Wait, I don't know what the fuck happened.
It's gone?
I had people message me about it, and I'm like, yeah, you're stupid. And I downloaded the recent update. No commentary.
What the frickin'? That's so weird.
My guy Desbo with a $1.99
euro.
I
don't know.
Foreign currency. Jeff Hardy rules. TLC Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian versus Dudley Boys. WrestleMania. It was a great match. DC Fat Cat. Is it tanking like donations during GTA 4? Oh, he's doing the DLC now, though. He's doing the DLC on Sunday, I think. Pound. Okay, it was a pound. It disgusts me. And it's now dampering my experience with this. Like, something needs to be done.
You're going to have to buy a PS5 Pro.
It runs worse than the PS5 version.
I was kidding. Jesus. But Sleazy said something that I want to get into a little bit.
What?
Xenoblade Chronicles X was a stable 30 FPS, surprisingly. Still hoping for a Switch 2 update, though. That's what I'm wondering. Where's the next batch of original Switch games that get Switch 2 upgrades for free? Are they ever going to do that again?
Yes, I think so.
Have you heard something?
No.
Okay.
But they put dates in there for it. Sneaker Fanatic Television with $5. RGT always spitting no matter the delivery. The token black eye on the Spawncast. Thank you, Sneaker Fanatic Television. I appreciate that. All right, and now to close this out, I spilled the tea in my video, and I don't care. I hope none of my friends. I know too many people that got review units, so they won't be able to pinpoint who told me it anyways. And it was multiple people who told me. So suck my dick from the back, Analog. You absolute motherfuckers. You absolute pieces of. You're not even excrement. You're vomit. How in the fuck do you say last month it's definitely shipping in August, and then August 20th you say, hey guys, Q4, because of the 1%, we've got the system done, we've got the packaging done, we've got everything done, 99% done, but there's 1% that we're not going to tell you about that's going to hold this up for an entire another quarter to Q4 of 2025. You sent out emails to content creators, not me, of course. You sent out emails to content creators saying that the Analog 3D was shipping on August 15th. August 15th was the date that they were going to be shipping. Reviews were going up on September 1st. That's why I was saying, oh, you're going to see some information on it very soon, because I literally saw the email from multiple people. And then what happened? 16th comes along, 17th comes along, 18th comes along, 19th comes along. Those printing labels get printed out, and nothing ever happens with it. Nothing ever happens with it. And so now there's conversations happening between the people. And I know a list of fucking people. I think they're all in a group chat together. I have a list of people that are all wondering the same thing. And this is how the people that were supposed to get review units also found out. They did not get an email from Analog saying, hey guys, sorry, we're going to have to delay this a bit more. No, they found out when everyone else found out, and the system got delayed. And the fact of the matter is, you still have not shown off this system functioning. Still. Don't you think if you're going to be in the business of upsetting people by constantly delaying stuff and constantly delaying it at the last moment, that the very fucking least you could do is be like, hey guys, here's a little gameplay. Hey guys, here's some screenshots. This is how your games are going to look. But you can't even fucking do that. You can't even do that. Why? What is the 1% that you're not talking about? And people say, oh, well, just play, on a Mister with the N64 FPGA core. It's not the same FPGA core. This is a FPGA core that they designed themselves. So it will not be indicative. And it might end up being indicative. Let me clear that up. It might end up being indicative of that. But the thing I'm saying is, if this is a core that they created themselves, there's still a chance that something is going to be different, potentially drastically different, in how the games are going to look and perform and feel. So it's not the same equivalency. Why can't you show me what you have been working on for 4+ years? Why are you being so ominous about this? There's something wrong. There is something very wrong here. The M64, I see someone talking about that in the chat, and I'll read that super chat in just a minute. The M64 from the dude who did the chromatic Game Boy, that thing's only going to be $200. If they can get some footage of this, which to be fair, they've actually showed a little bit of footage, just a little, but they showed a little bit of footage. If they can hurry, they could blow the Analog 3D out of the water. Because if you show me, if I'm M64 and I have this up and running, this system up and running in a decent enough state, I'm showing you gameplay footage. You know why? Because Analog says, oh, well, you could cancel your pre-order. And if I'm showing you what my product does and how it performs, and my product is $50 cheaper, coming in at $200, you don't think people will want to cancel their Analog order and then move it over to the M64 if you could give me a release window of it? I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. This is some fuckery of the highest degree. And the fact that you constantly wait until the last fucking fleeting moments that you could do it, something is up with this. Sneaker Fanatic Television with a $5 donation. Yes, that analog video went crazy. I love it. And you're right. There's a reason footage has not been shown. And like, you have to think something is going on. You have to think something is up with this. And if I wasn't, first and foremost, let me be clear. I don't need this. I have an HDMI modded N64 that I paid $200 for, by the way, off of Etsy of all places. It is the cheap HDMI mod, but I did a video comparing it to the Ultra HDMI mod, which is now like a $700 mod, and it performs pretty much the exact fucking same. But I understand the N64. I'm not saying in my videos, oh, well, this is going to be 10 times the visual resolution because it outputs at 4K. You're building up false hope and expectations with this. You know what I'm saying? You're building up some weird stuff with this. And if there's smoke, there's fire. There's a reason why you keep delaying this. We did not tell you when to release this product. We did not tell you you need to release this in Q1. You told us that. We did not tell you to delay it until August. You told us that in July. And then in August, you decided, quarter 4 for a 1% thing. The system's done. The packaging is done. Everything's done. 1%. All right. I don't need that 250. You can keep that 250 for a little while longer. But when that mod retro goes up, I will be getting that. I might even try to grease them up a little bit. Be like, hey, you know what? I've been nice about you. You should send me one so I could check it out. Sneaker Fanatic Television with a $5 dono. Analog 3D comes out at the same time as Dr. Umar's School. Never. All right, folks. We're going to wrap this up. I felt very...
I got a topic for the after show. The Metacritic for Metal Gear Solid Delta just dropped, and it's sitting at 86. So we can talk about that in the after show.
All right. All right, we are moving towards the after show. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I don't know when next week's show, what time it'll be. I'll be honest with you. The reason it was not last night is because I have finally fixed my sleep schedule, and I didn't want to stay up really late. I went to bed at like 11:30, and I woke up at 7 this morning, and like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and it felt very nice. If you are a channel member, you have access to the after show. We'll be there in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It is available on the post section of the page of this YouTube channel. I want to give a huge thank you to all the donators. Limit Breaker, Superman Oh Man, Cristobal for re-upping his membership, Limit Breakers for gifting memberships, Jazzman for giving memberships, DC Fat Cat, Rufflemutt, Chris Petro, my guy Desbo, and Sneaker Fanatic Television. You guys have been awesome. Thank you guys so much for the support, and we will be on the after show in just a minute. Later.
See you.